It is a beautiful day in the capital city, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where two of the top three teams in the nation will lock horns in a beautiful non-conference matchup. Texas and LSU, for the moment, ranked numbers 1 and 3. That may change when the new poll comes out during the game, but these two teams still expected to be 2 homers, 4 steals, and a walk over the weekend. Little dribbler here. That ball deadens right in front of third, and Henry easily beats it out. Sierra Daniel, the new third baseman for LSU, had no chance.
Talented softball athletes, and Mia Scott is up there.
Scott with a ground ball right back to Brazan. There's one. Pleasance with that hammer down to first. It's not in time.
And this is when speed pays off. So yes, continuing to mix in that off-speed pitch, what it seems like almost every other pitch.
On a 2-2, that ground ball down to Gutierrez at first. And this time the Tigers turn 2. One of the best infields in the country gets a double play. We'll see Briggs, Newland, and Pleasance to bat when we come up.
Back next year.
That ball slapped to shortstop. A tough play here and not in time from Vivi Martinez at short. It's a leadoff base hit for Sierra Briggs. These hits for Newland lead the Tigers. That ball drilled down the line and left and caught by a sliding Bella Dayton. Well, if Texas has a weakness, it's in the field.
Outside, 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 outside consistently. A lot of pitchers are scared to go inside of these left-handed hitters all throughout LSU's lineup, but that's comfortable versus going up and anticipating that they're going to get outside. So I'd want to often.
And she did it again.
Yeah.
Up and in, drilled her. Pleasance is hit by a pitch for the 5th time this season.
Come in and taking that job.
That ball smacked up the middle and through for Gutierrez, a base hit to score 1. Bobbled in center by Henry. Pleasance will hold at third. Raylene Gutierrez into second, and LSU strikes first.
Gutierrez has been a offensive force for this team. That pitch, like the height of it, but it's just too much on the plate. She looks to hit early in the count, and LSU got to be able to take the lead and score first against the phenomenal freshman Tegan Cavan. They put together a rally started by Sierra Briggs. It's going to be really interesting how this plays out as she continues on.
She has outside there and got the corner for strike 3 to get Rudy looking.
And she has a nasty changeup that
that's up and away. That's the first walk handed out by Cavan in a 7-pitch battle won by Bergeron.
A better game here today.
Bases loaded and Carly Petty is drilled. Mike White was hoping for his team to avoid mistakes. A bases loaded hit by pitch will do little to ease his concerns. It's 2-0.
The designated player, number 37, Kelly Lynch.
She's trying to, again, work inside of these lefties.
And Lynch with a chance to explode this game open. Splits the gap in left center field to do just that. 2 runs are in. Petty chugging to the plate and in standing. Tiger Park is alive on a Tuesday morning.
Kelly Lynch aggressive early in the count. You could tell Cavan wants to throw righties and lefties inside. Gets her barrel to that inside pitch, looked like a rise ball that just didn't have any movement to it. Then Vivi Martinez gets the relay from the outfield and didn't know where to go with the ball. There was no communication on the Texas defense to tell her to try to make that play home. And
is as hot as anybody on the LSU roster. And she's hitting 9th. Daniels slaps one to Martinez at short. And Texas has 2 losses this season. The opposing team scored first.
6 first place votes too, by the way, which I think is worth mentioning.
On the ground to short from Maurice Atwood. Sydney Brazan after facing the minimum in the first. In a minute for Bet Serena's group. Another ground ball to short. Pleasance on the backhand. A laser to first is in time to get Jolie Mitchell. That purple and gold glove at short continues to excel. She thinks she is the best player in the game. And Pleasance will not be able to get to this one. Just out of her reach on a little looping single from Washington with 2 out.
Already this year.
Ground ball to second base. Petty with a glove flip to Pleasance. Smooth as can be on the LSU.
Defenders are looking at her feet and they're looking at her hands.
There's the bunt, and there's an out at first base. Very close play. Brian
Overturned, especially with Estelle Check being a left-handed pitcher. She fields this ball, she has to turn all the way around. Those little milliseconds of her picking up the ball, making the turn, and then making the...
After further review, the ruling on the field has been overturned. The runner is safe at first base.
very well trained in when to cheer, what to say. That ball skips away from Stewart. Briggs will take second on a low pitch from Check that the freshman Katie Stewart has in some times a game. 3-2, and a ground ball down to first. It skips away from Mitchell. Takes a bad hop into right field, and Briggs is going to slide in and score. A rocket down the line. It's a base hit for Allie Newland that ate up Jolie Mitchell, and LSU's put up a half dozen by the second.
That's a hard hit ball too by Allie Newland. Like a ball that was moving down. She gets the top of it, and Jolie Mitchell playing just in front of the bag has to go more to her forehand side and just can't handle it. Hit hard, and because Sierra Briggs got to second on that wild pitch, she's willy-nilly seeing if the runner at first base left early on a lead. I don't like that.
Into right from Pleasance, that ball down the line, and it hangs up for Aston Maloney.
When they want to use that.
Off the end of the bat to short from Gutierrez. Martinez gets one, and Washington two. So a little Texas two-step on the infield. LSU gets another. It's 6-0 into the third. Here's a sport where the Pac-12 has been the most historically great conference of any. Up the middle, that ball will sneak through. There's a base hit for Aston Maloney to lead off the third inning 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
Right side, base hit, Bella Dayton. And this is what Texas can do. Maloney and Dayton in the bottom 2 spots in the lineup reach base.
By Caden Henry.
Left side, Caden Henry slices her swing down for a base hit the other way. 3 straight singles, and the Longhorns load them up.
The plate and see if she can get a called strike.
That's a chopper from Scott. That is a fair ball, and that is big trouble for LSU. It will bring in 2. Maloney and Dayton speeding in on a 2-run chop from Mia Scott to make this a 6-2 game with still nobody out.
And look at all these singles. Using the ground, Mia Scott just hits that drop ball hard into the ground, creates this hop over Sierra Daniel, who was pulled in, of course, because the bases are loaded. Would have probably been over her head regardless, but Texas scores 2. And look at the bottom of the lineup, Ash Maloney started this year with another solid freshman class.
Stewart, a bouncing ball to short, and a rare boot by Pleasance. That is a Blue Moon sighting here in Baton Rouge. And here's Reese Out with a tying run. And Atwood strokes one into left field. Right at the left fielder, Newland, who makes the catch, comes up firing to the plate. It's not in time. A really good jump there for Caden Henry. A great catch by Newland to save another run, but Texas gets a sac fly from Atwood to make it 6-3.
Well, this is almost another mental mistake by Caden Henry. Look at her get this lead. She took a couple of steps towards the plate, then came back and tagged, and it's only because she is so fast that she was able to tag and still get home, but she's hearing it from her associate head coach, Steve Singleton. On this play, there's no reason to try to hustle forward toward home. You've got to see if she's going to...
One of the fastest runners in the nation. It's 6-3, and that ball drills the runner. Well, what else weird could happen in this game? And it's the third inning. Jolie Mitchell just absolutely torpedoed one off of the base runner, Katie Stewart, who is out trying to advance to second.
And that ball was hit so hard, there was just such limited time to move out of the way. Ow. Jolie Mitchell.
At second. First and third, 2 down, Alyssa Washington. And a ground ball to short. And that is the way that's supposed to go. All right. Well, that was something. Texas gets 3. We'll talk to their head coach a week.
That was nice.
In the air left side from Rudity. Cleaned up by Bella Dayton. On with the great Lynn Rollins, local legends. Down to third. That's a hot shot picked up by Scott. Well played by Mia Scott to take out Macy Bergeron. This in the regular season. Played Texas in the Big 12 tournament. Played Texas in Super Regionals in the World Series a couple of years ago. First game against the Longhorns in purple. And she's reached base twice. 2-2 for Lynch. Right back to Czech. First scoreless inning twirled by a Texas pitcher today. Estelle Czech does it. Longhorns had the last 3. They'll bat when we return. This matchup of 2 and 3 in the country. There's a base hit right back through the box for Martinez. And the leadoff runner on for the 3rd time today for Texas. Game from either side. In the left field, this is easy for Allie Newland. Here, softball feels like they have a real shot at going far. 4-pitch walk for Dayton, and Texas will flip the lineup card over to Caden Henry with 2 on and 1 out.
6 home runs that she's hit. You wouldn't walk up to the field thinking, that girl probably has hit quite a few home runs this year.
And she goes down swinging there.
Little bit of a
first strikeout today. Mia Scott left side off the glove of Pleasance and sitting in left field. Another run across for Texas. Martinez is in and Dayton to third on a ball that the 6-foot Pleasance could not reel in. It's 6-4.
I'm surprised she didn't get this. Right there, looked like it was in her glove, just bounces off, and no, that's a play that she wants back. That's a
Dayton and Scott down at the corners with 1 out. And a ground ball to third. The play is made at first, and that will be that. To 12. Sierra Daniels slugs one into right field. Well struck by Daniel and off the glove of the right fielder Maloney. Daniel racing to third base, and she will stop right there. A leadoff triple out of the 9 spot for Daniel. And now we see a fly ball to left. That should be enough for Briggs. Dayton will wind up to the plate. It's not nearly in time. Sierra Briggs elevating when the moment calls for it. Her sacrifice fly makes it 7-4. She's to left, run scoring single to right, and a fly ball hit to left center. Henry in front of the warning track will put her away. Tonight, SEC ends was until the little scuffle Sunday was the shot by Camila Cardozo at the buzzer to beat Tennessee in the semis on Saturday. First 3 of her career as Taylor Pleasance slaps a base hit into right.
about her is what it looks like when she steps into the box.
7th pitch to her here, 3-2. And a ground ball to the right side, eaten up by Washington. LSU gets one back. In about not even half the plate appearances of a season ago. And she chases strike 3 here in the dirt. Bergeron completes the play at first, and Sydney Berzon. And 1 for 2 today. Mitchell with a bouncing ball to short. And Pleasance makes the play cleanly. Until this year, and there's the C on the chest of Alyssa Washington, who puts one in the air to right field, and Rudity has the 3rd out. First perfect inning of the game for Berzon. We'll go bottom 5 times. And she strikes out the first batter she faces here. Mackenzie Rudity down swinging.
Morgan be a competitor.
It's a bouncing ball over the 3rd baseman Scott. Martinez from deep in the hole at short will make the play brilliantly.
Sweet. Made a few too many errors, mistakes.
Another play it short for Martinez. Easy pickings here in a 1-2-3 inning for Matt Morgan. First 1-2-3 inning for each team in the fifth. That's it. 2-2. That is called strike three right around the outside corner to Martinez. Extras all-star, sophomore for LSU. She won't get to this one. It's chopped down to third, and Sierra Daniel makes a play from third base to get Ashton Maloney. The 100th pitch of the game is lined right to her. Welcome to the hot corner, Sierra Daniel. You might stay there a while.
Seniors inevitably graduate.
Ground ball from McKee to Washington. Matt Morgan with 3 ground outs, her specialty, and a strikeout. Sierra Daniel with a bouncing ball to Martinez. 2 down. She said this team is filled with card players. Every time you
Expect just yet.
That ball smoked on a hop to Washington. 3 more groundouts for Morgan. So the top of the Texas lineup awaits us. LSU looking to make it 23 in a row. Freshman All-American pitcher in 8 years. And in her sophomore year, she's 2 outs away from taking down the number 3 team. Henry, 3 ribbies for Scott today. And Scott goes down swinging. Just the 3rd time anybody has struck out Mia Scott this year. Sydney Berzon is heating up as the game's coming to a close.
And then she's able to move the ball up in the zone with her rise. She happens.
Katie Stewart on the ground is short. In the hole, Pleasance from the outfield grass. It is in time. A breathtaking play by Taylor Pleasance, ending a breathtaking morning into afternoon of softball for a breathtaking group of Tigers. LSU is 23-0 after a 7-4 win in this top 3 showdown.
This play is so special by Taylor Pleasance. The body control that she has to slow her body down enough to gain control of her core to make this play and make this throw across the diamond and put it on a mark that Raylene Gutierrez can finish it off is just incredibly special. Berzon pitched well. She did give up those 4 runs, but LSU's defense and just the way that they play as a team